Welcome to another podcast of the current situation at Manchester United. This is going to be a quick video podcast. This is actually going to be a preview for Manchester United's game tomorrow. We're playing against Tottenham away from home. Now, given our game against Wolves on Monday, there are a lot of Manchester United supporters that are not looking forward to this season. One aspect of our game that we need to improve on, and this has been said, I've listened to Man United videos on YouTube since about the situation since like Monday to Friday, and I've come across quite a few videos. And if there is one common factor that all the videos can be in unison with, can be in touch with, is that our midfield needs a do-over. We need a structured, moderate, balanced midfield. Everything I goes trying an experiment with Mason Mount to partnership with Casemiro as a base pivot. But I've seen on Monday against Wolves, and this is against Wolves. This is not against Barcelona in 2011. This is not against Bayern Munich in 2012. This is not against, Real Madrid in 2017. This is a Wolves side that is looking to be relegated. They're relegation favorites this season, and we lost that midfield battle by a large piece. Like, we lost that midfield battle, that's no question. So seeing that game has gone by, a lot of persons have come to the conclusion that Mason Mount being in a double pivot, especially starting with Bruno Fernandes, is not the way to go. But I've read what Eric Ten Hag said in his press conference. I didn't listen to the press conference, but in regards to Mason Mount, he was basically saying that Mason Mount is going to adapt to his new midfield role, and he's going to be playing deeper than usual. Than at the Bridge, when he was at Chelsea, he was playing higher as a midfielder. He was playing higher. He wasn't an attacker per se, but he was like, when they're attacking, he's like the third man midfielder that goes in the box and scores. The third man run, they call it. So that was his role. But at United, he's going to be playing more structured. He's going to be playing more tamed, more domesticated as a midfielder. He's not going to have those same license playing up forward. No, he's going to make forward runs. He's going to always get his goals eventually at some point. But in regards to starting as a double pivot with Casemiro, playing in a deeper role, that is what Eric Ten Hag has for Mason Mount. And this is what Mason Mount said in his press conference. Give me a second. I think Mason Mount can play deeper. Already we have seen it in pre-season. Brethren, that's pre-season, and you should know better because you're a manager. But it's what I've said. Definitely we have to work on many facets of our game. But also that facet about midfield and the cooperation, how we have to set it. That's what a lot of United fans have been screaming, crying, murmuring about. We need to structure our midfield. Because if we do not tighten the grip of our midfield, what we see on Monday is going to be an occurring thing. You're going to have defenders going through our midfield like a hot knife through butter. Persons would not be surprised by it. Because we know that our midfield needs structuring, it needs tightening, it needs gripping. And starting Mason Mount as a deep midfielder to be based with Casemiro at the base is not a good look. Now, he basically said this is not going to be an overnight thing. But again, man, I know there's just one game gone, but we don't have the time to be experimenting, man. We don't have that time. We don't. We need to be competing for the Premier League trophy. And based on the squad that we have right now, it's unlikely that we're going to. We need, I'm going to say it again, we need to make 2 midfield signings, at least one in Amrabat. We need a balanced tackling defensive midfielder. that can cover ground. We have no player in our squad that can cover ground. Mason Mount, yes, he can press, but he's not the best at covering ground. He's ill-disciplined. If every time I go start Mason Mount deep in midfield with Casemiro, my man is going to be high up the pitch again. He's going to lose his way. It's like when you're swimming in the water, you know, and your parents go tell you not to swim deep out. And you say, okay, daddy, okay, mommy, I won't, I won't swim out. But because you're enjoying the water, you find yourself going further deep without you even knowing it. You don't even know it, because an instinct of yours, you're just going far deep in the water. You're going deep until your foot can't touch the ground. Unless if you go ground, the water is way up here, so. So what I'm saying is that Mason Mount, yes, everything I can tell him and say, all right, boom, you're playing big, you're playing deep, you're playing more disciplined, you're playing more structured. But knowing him, he's not going to be staying there without the ball. If we're chasing the ball, if we're looking to press the ball, press opposition to get possession of the ball, he's going to find himself way up the pitch like a striker. And he's not a striker. So even if he's structured to stay deep, to be disciplined, there's an inclination of his that's going to tell him to actually go up. Maybe he gets substituted for that, but he's not a defensive player. Why do you want to change an attacking player to a defensive player? Why are you trying to change the man's role, man? Just get Amrabat, man. Get Amrabat in the midfield, because Mason Mount deep is not a good look. There's a process we have to go through. It will not come overnight. So he wants to be multifunctional. That is Ertanga. That's the way I see it. Or Ertanga is speaking. That's the way I see it. But as I say, it will not come overnight. There's a process we have to go through, but he's very intelligent. He's very game intelligent. He has technical abilities, man, I can't even talk. And has good vision on the ball. He knows how to deal with the ball. He has the mentality. Really? My brother's the dude's brother was crying, bro, on some Talk Sports live stream or whatever, talking about persons getting on his brother, cause your brother not doing anything, man. Your brother not doing anything. Anyway, we have a game against Spurs tomorrow, as I've stated, and I don't want this video to be longer than 10 minutes, so let me just get straight into it. I'm not very positive about this game, because Eric Ten Hag is pig-headed about still starting. He's going to start missing you tomorrow. Not missing you. He's going to start missing out tomorrow. That is a downright definite. Because see, if he benches Mason Mount and he claims that Mason Mount did well in the previous game against Wolves, that's going to make him look like a fool. Because you said in the post press conference, the man played well. He didn't play well. You know he didn't play well. And so if you go bench him, that's going to prove the point to us United supporters that we were correct. And you know that we were correct because he didn't play well. So to back your agenda in thinking that he actually played well, you're going to still start him tomorrow. And that's what's going to happen. Don't think that Bruno Fernandes is going to see the bench. He's not going to see the bench tomorrow. He's our new captain. You can't be captain from the bench. He's going to start tomorrow, not on the bench. So persons thinking that, our midfield is going to have a significant change. Hey man, I'll say this. If Eric Ten Hag persists on starting, particularly if we don't get no midfielder for the rest of the transfer window that's going to be ending in the next 13 days, then he has a long time coming. His days are numbered at Manchester United. He's not going to stay long at Manchester United. If he persists with this Casemiro, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes midfield, he's gonna get a dishwashing. He's gonna get washed out of Manchester United. He's gonna get sacked. He's not gonna stay here long. He's not gonna stay here long. So if my man can eat his humble pie and look at it objectively and say we need to balance our midfield, and starting Mason Mount deep is not gonna help it. He needs to come to that fruition. He needs to see that. Because our midfield is going to get run. And Casemiro is going to look way worse as a player than he actually is. Based on the midfielders around him. And he's going to be fulfilling a role. He's approaching 10 minutes now. He's going to be performing a role that he's not used to, and he's going to get caught out, and he's going to be exposed. So, based on me saying that, you guys know I'm going with this already in terms of who is starting in midfield. Now, as I've stated, we're playing against Spurs. Spurs drew their first game 2-2 against Brentford away from home. On paper, they have a better midfield than us. They have Basuma, they have James Maddison, they have Lecelso, whatever his name is. That Bridging that was on loan at Villarreal. Tottenham's and they have Heimberg. They have I'm pretty sure they have decent midfielders, but that midfield can cook Manchester United's midfield if we stick with this midfield, which is likely the case that we're going to stick with this midfield. So, me saying that, although Spurs lost their world-class striker in Harry Kane, they have Son, who persons are believing to be on the decline. Richarlison can score a goal, at least for his club, and but still they can get goals. They have wingers, they have decent midfielders. So, based on the midfield battle itself, Tottenham will have the edge if things stay the way they are in our midfield. He even said it himself. It's not an overnight thing, but bro, we're playing against Tottenham. Why experiment against Tottenham? We need to win this game, you know. We need to win this game, or at least have a very good game against Tottenham away from home, where there could be like a 3-3 draw. But a game that is, professional, pragmatic. You don't want to go all out and get trash now, because you're not playing at home, but you want to show intent, you want to get goals. If we're looking to get goals, someone needs to be dropping back with Casemiro that is capable and able to cover ground when we don't have the ball. My phone is going off. We need someone that's capable enough. So without making this a lengthy preview, man. Alright, let me just get into the starting level. Because if I go on and on, I'll talk about this midfield until Jesus comes. So in the goal, we have Onana, right back. Dalot is going to keep himself on the bench. Wan-Bissaka will be starting again. Lisandro Martinez and Varane, with Luke Shaw at left back. In midfield, is this really necessary? I'm going to say it again. Casemiro, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes. If you believe that we're going to be starting with someone else in midfield, I mean, certain persons are saying, well, I believe Scott McTominay will be starting tomorrow. Over who? Over Mount? But there's a good chance Mount will be starting tomorrow. And I'm going with Mount tomorrow. Not because I want to, but that's what the manager is going for. And he's going to be, keeping Bruno Fernandes in his starting list. So the midfield, Casemiro, Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes. Up top, I've said this dude. Rashford can start striker. He's not a striker. At least not now. Maybe when he was fresh in the academy, when he had that enthusiasm, he could play a striker, but he's not a striker that is like an out-and-out striker that can give you like 30 goals a season. He's not that type. And Mourinho said this. Rashford is best off the left. Rashford, if you're playing two strikers, he can play off the left. He can't play as a lone striker. He cannot. Not with his back to goal. He's not even good when space is, stringed out. Like, if there's no space, Rashford is like dead meat in the water. He can't express himself when there is no space at all. Which is why it's best if he plays off the left. On the right wing, Anthony will be starting. Although he didn't have a very good game, but he was arguably our best attacker out of the front three on Monday. On the left side is Rashford. You know what, yeah? Given how stubborn Ten Hag is, I'm guessing that Rashford will be starting as a striker tomorrow. I believe Martial is still injured. I could be wrong on that. On the left side, Garnacho should not be starting. He should not be starting. I would like to go with Sancho on the left side. I've seen persons talking about Sancho should be playing through the middle as false 9. That's quite a shout, but is Ertanga going to buy that deal? Is he going to buy what you guys are selling in, saying that Sancho should start as a false 9? I doubt that. I don't know if he's going to do that. If he does that, then good. Because Sancho playing deep, you see, Sancho is very intelligent. He's not just a winger. He can play number 10, he can play on the right. He's not one-dimensional. He's not a one-way street type of player. He can play, all around the middle in the attacking third. So I'm going with him as the left winger. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but that's what I'm going with. So run it back. Nana, Wan-Bissaka, Lisandro Martinez, Varane, Luke Shaw, Casemiro. I mean, good that he's starting. Mason Mount, Bruno Fernandes, starting with Mason Mount. Again, I'm no manager, so what am I to say? Rashford, Anthony, and Sancho. Leave your starting 11 down below. I'm going with, my prediction is that this game finishes I'm going with a 2-1 loss. Yeah, I'm going with a 2-1 loss to Tottenham. Tottenham will win this game. Yeah, that's my gut feeling, and that's what I'm going with. If you have any opposing views, leave them down below. If you believe the Manchester United go trust Tottenham tomorrow, be my guest. Comments below. Leave your comments down below. Leave your score predictions down below. I'll do a match reaction tomorrow night. I won't be watching the game tomorrow because my brother will be going to church. But yeah, so by tomorrow night I'll be doing a match reaction. So stick on so for that one. I'll show you guys tomorrow. I'm out. Hey, I hope I'm proved tomorrow. I hope I'm proved wrong tomorrow. Just because I say I believe that so we go lose tomorrow by 2-1 doesn't mean it should happen. But that's my good feeling. So if we win tomorrow, then big ups. Show to in the match reaction.